Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Visionary Magazine. You are now tuned into another interview. This is your host, Majid, and today we'll be interviewing an entrepreneur by the name of Peter Iskandar. Now, it's always interesting to kind of bring in new ideas that were just created, and to kind of feature them before they go on to the public. Things that are probably going to be big. We've done that quite a few times since the launch of Visionary Magazine, whether with the video interviews or with the articles. And today we have just that. Peter Iskandar is the founder of Seven Design House, which is a startup out of New York that creates body kits for supercars. And this company just recently launched, and already there's been a big buzz because they designed a kit for a car that didn't even come out yet, which is the Maserati MC20, a brand new supercar that didn't even come out yet. So this is going to be a definitely interesting conversation. We're going to find out more about Peter, his company, and this idea that already gained a lot of attention and probably is going to be something big. So it will be interesting for us to be one of the first people to find out about it. So without further ado, let's get Peter on here. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have here Peter Iskandar, founder of Seven Design House. Now, first of all, Peter, thank you for coming on. It's a pleasure. And just for those who don't know you, could you kind of give an introduction about yourself and what you do?
Absolutely. It's my pleasure to have the opportunity to talk to you. And we're super excited about the new venture that Seven Designs House is tackling right now. We're really trying to break barriers in automotive design. For many years, there's so much talent that just goes, sitting on the sidelines. Artists, concept creators, a lot of these very talented artists never have the opportunity to, bring one of their visions to life. So our first product is a perfect example of that happening. I have collaborated with an artist from Estonia. He's super talented. He just thought of he nailed the concept between the elegance the MC20 has out of the factory and just made it super aggressive and super track focused. And it was just a perfect opportunity to elevate a product that was exciting from the start. We're just taking it to the next level.
Definitely. And before we get into Seven Design House and the first kit that you got designed, I want to talk a little bit about your background. So, do you have a background in entrepreneurship, or do you have a background in automotive design? And how did this whole thing kind of start with you?
Absolutely. So my father came from Egypt in the I want to say 1970s, I believe. And he was an entrepreneur. He came here with $500 in his pocket and he started, flipping jeans or shoes. He worked his way up into cars. So I was born into the world of mostly with cars, with this car dealership. I grew up with cars since I was a kid. I live in Long Island, so the car community is pretty strong here. So I always had the passion for cars. I wanted to actually have this video chat in my room so I could show you all the model cars I got lined up since I was a kid. So I always had the passion for cars, and I also had a passion for design. As far as entrepreneurship, I mean, growing up, I knew that I kind of never really liked being told what to do by other people. I always felt like I want to bring something into the world that is useful for society. And, I want to be my own boss and I want to be able to, take control of my life. So I was always attracted to entrepreneurship since I was a kid, and I was always around it, surrounded it by friends, by family. Most of the Egyptian community, everyone goes into like medicine or engineering or law. I was kind of the odd one out, but I love what I do, man. I started my landscaping business in 2016. That was my first incorporated business. Sustained a lot of growth since then, and I've been, of course, doing tons of car sales as well. So this is the next step for us here, and it's something I'm truly passionate about. So I think we're going to see new horizons with this one.
Definitely. That's amazing, man. And I want to ask, so you kind of but you grew up around entrepreneurship. You started your own business. You even got into the car business. Now, how did all that lead to Seven Design House? How did that come about?
It's a crazy story, honestly. I never saw this coming. I never thought that I would open up a design firm. I was always passionate about it. Never thought it would happen. I've never purchased a brand new vehicle before. The MC20 is the first purchase I'm going with. Reason being is I'm into, the more vintage Maseratis during the era where Ferrari and Maserati were collaborating. And, the Quattroportes, the Grand Sports, the earlier Gran Turismos. So I've got a couple of those older Maseratis that I was very attracted to. They came out with the MC20, and at first I was a little bit underwhelmed at the design. I was intrigued by other things, such as the brand new Nettuno engine, completely made in Modena. It just seems like a totally new level for Maserati. So I was attracted to that. Put in my order, and I was on Instagram a few weeks later, I think, and I ran into Seam Parnes design on Instagram, and I was just totally blown away at how amazing he took the design. Like he really elevated the design, and I spoke to him and I said, Sim, I think we could make this happen. You know, I have my MC20 on order. I think this is a very appealing product, and I think we could bring this vision into reality. So since then, we've just been, you know, working our butts off, trying to get everything together, you know, opening up the LLC, you know, getting all the paperwork done, finding all the buyers. So we're having a lot of fun doing it. I mean, it's the most fun I've had with any business so far. So it's going well.
For sure. It seems very cool. And I want to ask with the Maserati MC20, so the car didn't even come out yet, and you guys kind of already designed a kit for it. So talk to us behind why you guys chose to do that. Is there like a certain chess move behind it, or is there a certain reason, strategic reason that you guys decided to put out the kit before the car even comes out?
Yeah, so I believe in doing it first and doing it best. And I partnered with the best on the manufacturing side. So I feel like our team is pretty unstoppable at this point. So I have everything lined up. I mean, I'm sure you might be aware, Mansory is a company which, you know, they're usually the first ones in to drop a product, like right when a car is released. They probably have a great connection with, you know, maybe manufacturers getting a press car. And I just saw the opportunity that we could be first, we could do it best. And, you know, if someone comes in before us and releases the product before us, that's okay. But we're very confident in our design. And I believe in the first market mover advantage. So that's why I decided to go with just, you know, dropping the gorgeous renders. We have the design lined up. You know, some parts are going to be in development, and maybe we're going to have to modify a few things. But overall, we're pretty confident that the renders that were released, the actual product is going to be a pretty darn close product. It's not going to vary too much.
All right, that's great. And you know, when you put out the kit, it gained a lot of notoriety in the press. A lot of different car blogs talked about it. And one thing we can see is that it's actually very limited. I think I believe some 25 pieces, right?
25 pieces, yeah.
So why did you choose to make it a very limited piece?
I wanted to protect my customers. I wanted to be an appealing product, you know, an exclusive product, and I wanted to protect my customers because aftermarket products, sometimes, you know, some people turn them down. They're like, it's not from the factory, so maybe it's going to devalue the car. I wanted to just try to protect my customers, try to protect the product, try to keep it an exclusive product. We have people commenting on a lot of these Instagram posts saying, oh, these guys could be making a lot more money. Why are they limiting it? I mean, I think that this is the first product for Seven Designs, and I just wanted to leave a mark in the industry, and I wanted it to be a really positive one. So I'm kind of happy. I'm pretty happy with the decision that we've made to keep it limited.
Okay, and is that the kind of direction you see for the company, where you guys are just going to create a bunch of limited products, or is this just the first one and then you're going to create more stuff that's more widely available?
It's a good question. I mean, as far as I can see now, I do want to keep things exclusive. I want to keep our products exclusive, at least for, you know, supercars. But I see some applications where we could scale out the product line and there wouldn't be any issues, because it's definitely something that we'll be hearing about in the future. Can't talk too much about it right now, but yeah. Well, one thing I wanted to point out about this product is, so everything was coming together in late 2020, shortly after the MC20 was produced. I had I loved my Rottweiler. Her name was Aria, 5 years old. She had cancer. She was diagnosed last summer. She passed away during all of this was happening. So I kind of saw the opportunity to I thought that she didn't live long enough. So by putting her name on the badge of the epic supercar, you know, her name can live on for a lot longer. So she's been a huge motivator for me. You know, just wanted to drop that comment in there.
Oh, no, that's
So
amazing.
connect the name.
And Seven Design House. Now, this is a company that is new. You can say it's a startup. And
Absolutely.
and definitely in the future, we're gonna have to come back when, you know, like a year, 2 years from now, when you guys have more stuff, we're gonna have to come back and have a conversation. But for now, since it's new, I want to ask, what is your vision for this company?
So it's funny. I see that I want to create 7 designs, and then I think that's the I want to create 7 designs. It could be automotive product. It could be other types of products. Right now, we're starting with automotive with the MC20, but I think that there's a future for the company where we can create different types of products, things that you probably wouldn't expect for you know, an automotive design company to produce. So there's going to be exciting things in the future, but right now, I mean, my vision is I have to nail this right on the head and create a stunning product, create a really good product where my customers are very happy. That's my number one priority right now. Like, I've got ideas, the designers I work with have ideas, but I keep telling them, like, we just have to get this done first. Like, this is our first endeavor. We got to make it perfect and chase perfection every day and just make the best product. And there's going to be tons of new applications coming out for designs. But as a whole, I do see just making seven products essentially. And that'll be my goal for now. You know, my goal is to create 7 products that include collaborations with artists throughout the whole world. So that's where we're starting.
That's very interesting. I look forward to see what it's going to be like. And
Thank you.
I want to ask with you now. You've been an entrepreneur. You've had a landscaping business. You've dabbled in the car business. You have your startup now. Where do you see yourself in the next 10 years?
In the next 10 years, I would love to see myself with a family. You know, right now I'm hustling and bustling, trying to just create the best future life for my family. You know, I love freedom. And I think that this is the best business I could have landed into, where it's just a total, you know, piece of my soul. Like, it's passionate, and I believe in the company. I believe in the products that we're going to create. So I see a future where, you know, we could be having a lot of fun and a lot of I'm really into the collaboration part of this business. I see myself collaborating with tons of artists within the next 10 years as well. It should be a very fun ride.
Definitely. And I wanna end this with one question that we ask everyone that comes on here, which is, from the beginning of your journey up until now, what are the 3 most important things that you've learned?
3 most important things I've learned. Okay, number 1 has to be that you can't listen to the noise. You know, there's a lot of noise. What I mean by noise is there's a lot of people, and there are a lot of, you know, not omens, but just like things in front of you that are always telling you, hey, like, this is a challenge. Maybe you shouldn't do this. This is too risky. And since I was a kid, I just learned that you have to, you know, you could listen to it and whatever, you hear it, but you don't have to use that advice. You should really not listen to the noise, because when you believe in something, you have to give your all to just make it happen. And there's no matter what the risks are, you have to be educated. You have to make the right decisions, of course, along the way. But if you don't take the risk, then your product will never exist. If you don't take the risks, your dreams won't come true. If you don't take the risks, you'll never know what you're capable of, and what, you know, this beautiful life that God gave us is capable of providing. So, I mean, you got to give everything your all. That's number 1. Number 2 is, I think honesty is always the best policy, as cheesy as it is. Like, I love the fact that I trust the people that I work with. I love the fact that I'm able to communicate with the people I'm collaborating with and just have that solid state of trust. I don't think that you could really get places in life without that trust. It's a common theme that I've been noticing with business. You know, when you're with people that you trust, things just automatically are going in the right direction. At least, you know, you don't have to worry about running into problems with people that you're working with. The third thing is Let's see. I mean, I think that you should always do your best to get the creative side out of you. You know, like in this society, you know, if you're trying to hustle and bustle and make money, um, you should always let that creative side of you be provoked, and always try to do new things and learn new things every day, and just do what makes you happy. So I think those are my top three.
That was great, man. Thank you so much for coming on. We were very excited to see what you and your company are gonna have coming out in the next, year, 2 years, and we'll definitely stay in touch. So thank you for coming on.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
So take care. Peace.
Take care.
All right, everybody. That was Peter Iskandar, founder of Seven Design House, and it was great for him to talk to us about his new company, this new startup, and what it's about, and the exciting product that it announced, and already all the buzz that it caught on. It was great to hear the explanation come from him. And I'm going to leave the Instagram, his Instagram page. I'm going to leave the website for Seven Design House all under the video, so you guys can go check it out and stay tuned with everything that's going on with the company. Make sure you follow us as well on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube at Visionary Magazine. Make sure you follow me on Instagram here at Majid Innate, and take care till I see you next. Peace.